Welcome to my channel. I am Dr. A. Navanita, Assistant Professor in EC Department, Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. Since 20 years I am in this service and I have research exposure also. So because most of the students are not having the good education and they are not getting the good concepts and to help the student community worldwide to understand actually what is actual concepts in the electronics and communication engineering. I have started this YouTube channel and give the awareness to the student about the engineering sector. I have started this one. So today I am going to discuss a topic on memory, and in the memory what is its purpose and how the data is going to be stored. So daily in our daily life we are using the pen drives, isn't it? So we are using the floppies, CDs, okay, and memory cards. So all these whatever you are using, CDs, floppy disk, pen drive and memory cards are nothing but the memory circuits which are used in the electronic hardware. So whenever we get into the electronics or any gadget in the world, from the past 300 years or from before also, invention of the computer, this hardware, memory, main hardware blocks in any gadget is nothing but CPU, memory, input device and output device. So in that one main thing which we are going to discuss now today is nothing but memory. So memory already you know, just now I discussed your pen drive, floppy disk, compact disk, all these memory cards or all these are used for storing some data. That data can be your video or it can be your image or your textual information or it can be any message, any data it can be. So that data you can store in the memory in the form of binary bits. Okay. So today my topic is nothing but memory. Okay. So what is this memory? Memory is a important hardware block which is present in every gadget. So that gadget can be your mobile phone, it can be your ATM machine, it can be your robo washing machine or anything. So any gadget you take, your laptop, your desktop, any gadget electronic you take, one of the most important hardware block is nothing but memory. Okay. So here in this one, when you purchase a laptop or a desktop, what you will say? I want 4 GB memory, I want 4 GB RAM, ROM, isn't it? When you purchase a pen drive also, you will say that we want 2 GB pen drive, 4 GB pen drive, 16 GB pen drive, isn't it? So all this is nothing but the memory hardware block. So what is this memory hardware block? So this memory hardware block main purpose is nothing but storage of data in the form of binary bits. What is this data? Data can be your video or it can be your textual information, your photo, or it can be a number or it can be a message, it can be a film, anything the data can be. That data which you store in the memory, that is we call it, that purpose of memory is nothing but storage of data. And how this data is going to be stored? They are stored in the form of binary bits. So what is this binary bits? You are saying that your memories you are storing in the form of you are storing the data in the form of binary bits. Then you should know what is a binary bit, isn't it? So this whatever concept you are studying, this concept is used for all kinds of engineering students, whether they can be mechanical, ECE, EEE, CSE, any branch of students. This is the main concept required, because every student is going to have this hardware where they are going to store some data, and that the data they are going to access and they are going to process the data. Okay, so here in this one, storage of data in the form of here memory is used for that purpose, and we have mentioned that those memories are nothing but your pen drive, okay, floppy disk, CDs, memory cards. So this is your memories, and they are used for what purpose? They are used for storage of data, and the data is stored in a memory in the form of what? They are stored in the form of binary bit. Then we should know what is this binary bit. Binary bit is nothing but whatever this data which is stored in the form of 1 or 0, that we call it as binary bit. Okay, so a group of these ones and zeros we call as a binary bits. So here in this one, here whenever you store every hardware, as a human being we can understand the English level language, okay, but you cannot understand a machine level language, that is ones and zeros. But machine can understand only one thing, that is your mobile phone, your laptop, your desktop, your TV, your robo. All these will understand only one thing, that is nothing but ones and zeros. But human being can understand only English level language. So to convert this, to make this language, okay, ones and zeros language, that we call as a machine level language. Okay, so here this is, what is this ones and zero? We call it as. So whenever you take a logic 1, whenever the data is stored in logic 1 or logic 0, that is called as, any logic 1 or logic 0 is called as a binary bit. Okay, so what is this logic 1? That we should know. So logic 1 is nothing but voltage, high voltage, which is given to your memory circuit. What is this memory? This is, all these are nothing but circuits, isn't it? So here this to work, to make the circuit, in my last video only I have given what is a circuit. In previous videos you can watch what is a circuit and how it is going to work. So here in this one, whenever the circuit works with the high voltage, that is set with the high logic 1, and when it is work with the low voltage, it is set to be the logic 0. Okay, so here this high voltages and low voltage we call it as a ones and zero. Think your memory is going to work with the two voltages 0 to 5 volts. So always your memory and CPU comes in the digital circuits. So these digital circuits will be working under two voltages. That two, any circuit which work under two voltages, that is set to the digital circuit, that is nothing but high voltage and low voltage. High voltage we call it as a logic 1, low voltage we call it as a logic 0. Okay, so here in this one, think an example, your memory circuit is working with the 5 volts, that is called as a logic 1, and it is working the low voltage, that is nothing but logic 0. It is not compulsory that memory circuit should work with this voltage only. They can work with the any voltages, but here I have given as 0 to 5 volts. They can work maximum from 0 to 10 volts like that. Okay, so here I have taken example of 0 to 5. So whatever the high voltage is there, that we take as logic 1, and low voltage logic 0. So here in this one, all the data in the memory circuits will be stored in the form of voltage levels only. If the data is stored at high level, that is called as logic 1. When the data is stored at low voltage, it is called as logic 0. So again these binary bits, whatever you take, these binary these bits are termed as a nibble, byte, word. So what is this nibble, byte, word? So before coming to the nibble, byte and word, you should have the clear picture of 1 and 0. 1 and 0, remember that they are nothing but voltage level. What is this voltage levels? A high voltage circuit which works with the two voltage levels. In that two voltage level, whatever the high voltage you give, that is 0 to 4 or 3. Here I have given 0 to 5. Whatever the 5 voltage is there, high voltage, that is taken as a logic 1, and 0 volt is given as a logic 0. Okay, so here this voltage levels, high voltage and low voltage we call it a logic 1. High voltage logic 1, low voltage as a logic 0. So in this one, now we will see what is nibble, So in this one we'll see now what is nibble, bite, word. So if we take a group of high and low voltage, that is nothing but logic 1 and logic 0. Here I am taking a group of 4 bits. That group of 4 bits are nothing but this. Okay, 1101. How many bits? 1 is a 1 bit logic 1, this another bit, this another bit, and this another bit. Total how many bits are there here? 4 bits are there. The group of 4 bits we call it as a nibble. Okay, what is a byte? If you take a group of 8 bits instead of 4, then it is called as a byte. Group of 8 bits, we call it as what? Byte. Next, what is a word? Group of 16 bits. So if I take 16 bits like this, 10 10 11 00. Similarly 1101 1010. So how many bits are there total here? 16 bits. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. So group of 16 bits, we call it as a word. So every engineering students, whatever may be the branch, that student should be aware of what is a nibble, byte and word. Okay, so once again I repeat, nibble is nothing but a group of 4 bits and byte is nothing but group of 8 bits, any group of 8 bits. Word is nothing but a group of 16 bits. Okay, so next when you come to the memory, the important factor which you have to know is nothing but how many operation your CPU is going to do with the memory, and what do you mean by address of the memory location in the memory, and how data is going to be stored in the memory. Okay. So whenever you go to the memory, in the memory you are going to have several memory locations. Okay, several blocks will be there. This is a total block. In the memory, I think already when you are purchasing with a RAM or ROM, you will be asking those who seller is there, I want 4 GB RAM or ROM. What is this RAM and ROM? Those are nothing but memory circuits present in your laptops and desktops. Okay, so here when you go for your memory, in the memory you are going to have what? Some storage blocks will be there. This is total memory. Okay, and this memory will be expressed in the unit of byte, kilobyte or megabyte or gigabyte or terabyte. Okay, TB. So here when you are purchasing your pen drive, what do you say? I want 2 GB pen drive or 4 GB pen drive or 16 GB. What is GB? Gigabytes. Okay. So here in my next video in detail I will tell you what these gigabytes is going to be. These are nothing but storage bits stored in the memory. Okay. So here in this one, whenever you go for memory, some subblocks will be present. Each subblock we call it as a memory location. Okay, each subblock is called as memory location. So here if you take an example in a class, okay, a class is capable of making 50 students to sit in the class. Okay, so here to make the 50 students sit in the class, benches will be arranged. So think they are, how many benches are arranged? Nearly 4 rows, and each row is 6 benches are present. Okay, in each bench 3 students are made to sit. Okay, in each bench, here in the class 4 rows are there, in each row 4 benches are there. and in each bench 3 students are there. That means in each row how many? 18 students are made to sit, because each row is going to have how many? 6 benches are there. So 6 into 3, 18. So like that 4. So here in this one, each bench in the classroom, we call it as a some memory sub block. Your total classroom is a memory. In that one, sub blocks are nothing but your benches. In each bench, students are made to sit. Each student is nothing but some binary bits. Okay, so how many binary bits your class is made to occupy? Are approximately 50 students. So 50 bits it is capable of storing. So whatever the students capacity is there, students is storage, and your benches whatever you are using is nothing but benches is nothing but memory locations, and your classroom is nothing but memory. Okay, so here in this way, the subblocks which is present in the memory will be shown in the electronics or computer science or any engineering with a bigger rectangle, and subblocks in the memory is shown with a smaller rectangle. Each subblock in the memory we call it as a memory location. So here every memory location is going to have what? Address of the memory location. So I think it is having the address. This is the first memory location, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. First address is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Here CPU is present. CPU can do 2 operations with the memory. What are the 2 operations? Read operation. Another one is nothing but a write operation. Read operation means what? If a CPU takes some data from the memory, that is called as a read operation. When a CPU puts some data in the memory, that is called as write operation. If a CPU, or it can be input output devices or some other devices. If anything is placed in the memory, it is called as by other devices, it is called as a write. If it is taken from the memory by other devices, it is called as a read. Okay, to do read or write operation, your CPU or any device will be sending address of the memory location. So think it wants to put in the second memory location, your CPU wants to put some data in the memory location. So it will be sending first what? It will be sending address. What is that address? Second memory location 2. So 2 address it will be sending, and in this one, once it is sent address, at that address now it is doing the write operation. So write, here it is going to have 2 wires, write wire and read wire. So write of your CPU will be connected to here, and read of this wire of CPU is connected to read of your memory. So when it wants to make write operation, depending upon the design, it can make logic 1 or logic 0. Here I am making it is my design logic 1. So when it is doing write wire will be made 1. If it is doing read operation, read will be made 1. So because it wants to write will be made 1. After making that, address of the memory location will be sent. What is the address of the memory location it is going to send now? Second memory location address 2. 2 it will be sending. So at the 2 memory location, now what is the data it wants to send? Think it wants to send a data of R. So R will be made is made to place in this memory location. So this R will be stored in the form of binary bits. So think it is holding the binary bits 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 1. So this R character is stored in the form of 8 bits. So in this way, at some address of the memory location, by sending the address of the memory location, you can place the data in the memory. At the same time, by sending the address, your CPU or any other devices can take the data. So this is about your memory. I think most of you have understood what is a bit, nibble, word, byte, purpose of the memory, and what operation we are going to do in the memory, how data is placed in the memory, and how it is going to retrieve the data. Okay, I think I have given more information of the memory. If you like my video, subscribe it, like it, share it, and place some comments which will be useful for the student community to understand the concepts still more. Thank you once again.